I really never thought I would end up revisiting this game, let alone actually enjoying it and adding it to my rotation of multiplayer games. PUBG in 2025 is a wild experience. It is a testament and reminder why this game still does so freaking well. So let's chat. So for one, I did not realize that this game went free to play. Pretty wild statement, right? I've had hundreds of hours playing into this game, but the thing is, I fully quit around the time Apex Legends came out. And so that transition happened in what, 2022? So I was already out of the game for about 2 to 3 years at that point, which makes sense. At that point, when they made this change, the big BRs were Fortnite, Apex, and Warzone. So I see why I had to make that move to stay in the space. And you know what? It worked because it's still in the space of BR as one of the GOATs, the Mount Rushmore of BRs, if you will. And I talked about this in one of my previous videos. And that's the main reason I even ended up playing and installing this game again. I just wanted background footage of the game and just to get a little bit of insight for that video. But I ended up having such a good time. This is Battle Royale to me. This is why I fell in love with the genre. So I do find it hilarious when stuff like this comes up on my TikTok feed.
Blackout, the original Blackout didn't have loadouts. So, because it's like, then it's kind of like a hybrid, right? You have your guns and it is kind of cool in a way. But when I think of like, I don't know, man, when I think Battle Royale, I'm thinking no loadout. You know what I'm saying? And it just like PUBG, right? When you go into PUBG, you're just looting around. You hope you find a good gun.
No hate or shade to Tim, but this is hilarious. And this is exactly why I made that other video. What he is saying is what I've been saying for years. I hate that I know I'm usually right because it takes everyone so long to just catch up to being on my side of the things. Warzone works, it's fun, but Warzone is a casual game. It's a casual version of BR, just like Apex and Fortnite at this point are now. What makes it casual? Well, more casual, because BR in itself is not a casual thing to do, but there's definitely now the lowest bar of entry into the genre. But anyways, what makes it that? Reduction of RNG impact, reduction of death penalty, rewarding gambling as the skill play. PUBG is not that. And no, it doesn't make the other 3 games bad and PUBG better. It just means that all these games can coexist because they provide a different experience. PUBG feels good, and that's exactly why I loved Battle Royale. The methodicalness, the intentionalness, the slow pacing, the decision making to figuring out where to hunker down. Sure, you still have your moments of hot dropping, like holy crap, Punchinki was my go-to spot, revisiting the game, and it's kind of my go-to when I go to the OG map. And yes, PUBG now has a respawn beacon system, but it still feels very harsh. It feels very different than the other respawn systems we have in other games. It's not immediate. It's still super risky because there's less respawn systems around, so you have to like make your way to them, and that is only made a little bit worse considering the map sizes. And even if you pull it off, you're thrown into the next ring with nothing, so you're basically starting your game loop all over again. So I do love that PUBG took elements that worked from its competitors but still kept it PUBG. Lastly, and honestly, when I was revisiting this game, I had the complete mindset, or at the very least the bias, that this game was going to be very popular in the Eastern gaming hemisphere, just because in my game media I haven't really seen PUBG pop off and I haven't seen the hype as it once had. But I had no trouble finding English speaking players, and actually I've had more friendly encounters with cool ass teammates in the last few weeks of playing PUBG than like the multitude of years I had playing Apex Legends. So take that as you will, but I found that very interesting. Are there bots? Yes, but I personally don't care. I am not invested in growing my skill expression here. I think more people should be okay and promote the idea that some games are literally just for fun. Not everything needs to be a rank grind. I'm still baffled, honestly, that this game I played once just to get some footage back in August or whenever I made the video is something I consistently revisit at least once a week. I never thought I would be playing PUBG in 2025. But that goes to show you, it never hurts to revisit things. Holy shit, this is fucking phenomenal.